Oh, you on bars? Okay, listen. I show these niggas how to move in a room full of vultures. I'm in front of the cam talking about shoes in a room full of posters. And you don't want no problems with the genius. I think a lot, plus I got a real big.
And with the local DBC news, LL Cool J with a triumphant comeback.
The HyperRev, I honestly think this is going to be one of those shoes that is really slept on. Before I did any research on the shoe, I thought that it reminded me of a Roshi run. So that already hints that it should be pretty comfortable. With further investigation, my bro Trey G also told me that these have full-length zoom, which in my opinion should be great on this shoe. I'm not sure if it's Kyrie's personal shoe, so to say, but I do think it should be a good performer.
It looks like it reminds me of like a hot top KD6 or mid top. It's just, there's not too much to say about it. Kyrie Irving's supposed to be an endorsement. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Like, you don't have your own shoe yet, nigga. He's dope, but that's like a nigga endorsing a hyper dunk. Nigga, like, ooh.
You got the Roshi run, looking real thick, sundress, hair did, everything just banging. And then you got the Kobe 1, you know, real masculine, beach body popping, he flying shit, and most importantly, that nigga light skinned. So he tell the Roshi run, yo ma, come through, you trying to chill? And you know what that mean. Long story short, they just started fucking the Usher's Confessions album and just busting all kinds of nuts, and thus you have the Nike HyperRev. True story. Releasing January 9th and probably the last of the Kobe 8s is the Year of the Horse colorway. I'm not sure how well the colors and the graphic along the upper is going to complement the materials. I mean, it looks real dope in the pictures, but a lot of these shoes be looking dope in pictures and come out real trash in the stores. Especially the KD6s, that's the big one, and I refuse to get tricked again. So I'm gonna have to save my final say-so until, you know, these officially drop and I got them in hand. But if they come out looking like the pictures, then that's good money.
Me personally, I don't think it's trash, but it's definitely not something that I must pick up. If I could get it for cheap, maybe like $100 or so, then I would definitely pick it up. One thing I do want to note though, if you happen to get the shoe and you happen to have a horse, don't get on your horse and take this picture. Understand that I will block you and I will report you. Fair warning.
Probably one of the dopest colorways of the Kobe 8s I've ever seen. I want to say it probably is the dopest. Maybe tied with what the Kobe's, but I think you have to pick this up. That blue outsole is ridiculous. It's translucent. I couldn't really tell. It looked like it was a really, really solid blue, but it's translucent. It's a crazy shoe. You can't go wrong with it. You have to pick it up if you have the chance. A lot of niggas not gonna get it though.
Classic silhouette, classic colorway. I'm praying to God that these materials are A1. If we do, we got a winner this year. Early on this year. Early.
Probably my top 5. I saw something on Twitter about something with Nike Air. I don't know what they're doing with that, but I had seen something about that. But as far as Bred ones, you can't go wrong with them. I think everybody scooped them up.
The Bred ones, yeah, that's a must cop for me. I missed out on the Chicago ones, and I feel like this is a good chance for me to redeem myself. I love that colorway. I know it's a second generation struggle out here, but man, could you please spare me on these just one time? Why are they doing these to the foams these days? I mean, this foam is not that bad. I've seen worse, but I just feel like they're doing too much with them these days. When I think of a Foamposite or a shoe in general, again, I think about simplicity. So the Foamposite, like the metallic red and the all black, like those were fine. But when you start adding a whole bunch of designs to them and doing all this extra stuff to them, I don't like it.
I'm still lost on foams, dog. Like, I just don't understand the appeal of them. I think people know by now, I'm just not a foam type of nigga. But just taking a good look at these shoes, to me, they scream hype. Hypeposits. Like, these shoes cater to people who don't think for themselves. I actually think this shoe would look fly on very few niggas, depending on their style. But, you know, this is that type of shoe that if you put an expensive price on it, it'll confuse those dependent thinkers. They be like, oh shit, you know, these are expensive, they must be hot. Nah. And then vice versa, you know, you see this shoe on a sales rack, a clearance rack, you know, they mark down to, like, say they were marked down to $40. you automatically think they're trash just because, you know, they're cheap, regardless of the design or not. I don't even know if any of that just made sense. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, this shoe will look good on very few people, and chances are 11 out of 10 times this shoe is not for you.
Supreme Foamposites. Conflicted about this shoe. I really like, you know, Supreme, good New York brand, but niggas go crazy over anything Supreme collab. Like whether it be Supreme North Face jackets or Supreme Air Force Ones. Like niggas go crazy for it. So I think niggas is gonna eat these up. They dope, but I guarantee these are gonna be overhyped. But dope shoe, it's dope. That's not gonna garner the hype it's gonna get. Basically, they're not that dope. So that just about wraps everything up as far as news is concerned. Jeremy actually has a radio hit. It'll be dropping anytime soon. You can catch it. It's actually from his upcoming album, Hard Times, Little Rock, Volume 7. Great look. You should pick it out. You should pick it up. It will be available at Hastings. I think January the 2nd. But yeah, Geek Genius, we out.